Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. If you just turned on your radio, let me reintroduce what's going on here. We do high-speed networking with a bunch of real estate agents here in the Valley of the Sun. We talk to the different lenders, the title companies. We talk real estate. Our next guest is Jason. Give us your last name. Introduce yourself, please.
Howdy, I'm Jason Wells with Wells Realty and Law Groups out of Keller Williams Realty East Valley.
You have a very unique opportunity that you offer to people because your background in law.
Correct.
Kind of explain and introduce that a little bit.
All right. I am both a practicing real estate attorney with a law firm, as well as a practicing realtor with a team of real estate agents. And one of the things that we really look to do is to network and find other brokers, other agents across the state who we can work with and provide legal services for their clients. And we're able to provide a different approach to it because we understand the transactions, because we also work it from the realtor side.
Mm-hmm. And now we all remember the history of the challenges that we've been through, but things are changing. First of all, introduce the market that you really got started in.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, when I got into the business here, it was about 4 or 5 years ago when short sales and REOs and everything was abounding, and people thought I was absolutely nuts to go into real estate. However, it was a perfect blend of legal knowledge and ability to help clients who were distressed by pairing it with my real estate license. And what it allowed us to do is we've now done well over 400 successful short sales. We've represented people in loan modifications and foreclosures and debt resolution, all kinds of stuff. And what we do is we look to pair up, not us just go out and represent the client as their realtor and as their attorney, but to also pair up with brokers and other agents that we've done from Kingman all the way down to Nogales to negotiate the short sale part for them. So they don't have to refer the short sale out to anybody. They keep the client. They keep that relationship. They act as the realtor. And once they have a contract, we step in and we handle all the headache with the bank. Once we got our approval letter, we turn it back over to them and off they go.
This is fantastic. First of all, we have a ton of real estate agents that listen to the show, that have been on the show. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting about real estate is, first of all, they have this database of people that they've done transactions with that they try to stay in touch with.
Right.
And even though the market has recovered, life happens. Divorces,
it still does.
Death.
You still have divorces. You still have jobs transfers and things that people are still underwater. Because even though what has cleared out is the people who have to sell because they are financially distressed. Like you said, life happens, and it necessitates a sale, which still requires short sales to happen. I mean, they're still about 5% of our market, so they're quite a bit less back from when we were like 80% distressed.
Right.
So there's still plenty of people out there who need to go through it, and they also still need the legal representation and help. It's not the kind of thing that a real estate agent should feel comfortable saying, yep, you need to stop making your payments, or you're not going to have any responsibility for the deficiency. There's been a lot of people after short sales that we've talked to as well that thought they didn't have to owe any money, and we're saying, nope, actually you do owe the money.
Yeah, and that a good agent also knows, I think you need to talk to an attorney, and if you don't know anybody, I've got Jason Wells.
Yeah, and the way we're able to do it is that we know that these people are financially distressed, and instead of, like I said, instead of you referring it out to somebody who does short sales, or like referring it over to our group and we pay you a referral fee, we flip that. You keep the client, you keep that relationship that you've established over the years, you keep every buyer that comes from looking at that house as well from your marketing, and you pay us a referral fee. We just take 1% of the transaction. So you still take 2.5%. The listing agent and the buyer agent still get 2.5%, and we take 1% to do it.
That's incredible. That's awesome. That's a great way to really do great marketing. And here's the point. Federal tax liens. Mm-hmm. The people took out second mortgages.
Yep.
Things happen.
Yep.
Tell us some of those stories that you've worked on.
Yeah, some of the ones we've been seeing a lot lately are people who have like a small business association loan, an SBA loan.
SBAs.
Or who have tax liens, like you said, or even HOA liens. We've seen a few recently where the HOA is the one who has the lien and is looking to foreclose, and being able to step in and help those people out. So it's not always just someone who had an 80-20 loan and they bought. It's people who have, still there's some who've overextended themselves. They took out a HELOC for more than they should have for whatever reasons, and now life has happened. They got to sell. And there's a lot of people who have like I said, we've done 2 SBA loans in just the last 6 months. We've done 3 IRS liens that we're holding on to the property in the last 6 months as well. So it's the kind of thing that there's various factors, and really dealing with the IRS and dealing with an SBA is totally different than dealing with a mortgage.
Yes. And it's nice to have an attorney. I mean, you guys, I have a brother that's an attorney and a son that's an attorney. You guys get different attention when you talk to people simply because you're officers of the court.
Right. There's some weight that comes behind what we say. I often find that the kind of thing that we're doing and what we're trying to get done, an agent might be able to say, well, I know this is what's supposed to happen, and I'll say, you're right. The problem is the bank doesn't care that you know that that's what's supposed to happen, because you're not going to be able to go file anything. You're not going to be able to advise on bankruptcy and those sorts of things. When I step in and I say it, then all of a sudden people are standing up and listening. Right. Vice presidents from the mortgage company are calling me back because I'm saying, if you don't, we're going to do this, this, and this. Yeah. So I need to hear back from somebody.
And the IRS pays attention.
Yep.
That's even more impressive, believe me. Well, let's do this. Let's get a phone number. How can people reach you?
People can reach us by giving our office a call at 480-428-3290, 480-428-3290, or they can look us up at wellsrealtylaw.com. You can contact us through our page there.
And it's very important. Any real estate agents out there, in fact, we'll take the time to send out an email broadcast for you.
Thank you.
Because all of these agents that have been guests on our show, we stay in touch with, and let them know that there's an opportunity that when they go into a situation and it happens, there's a divorce, and you now have a situation where you've got struggles. You might have a mortgage that might, they've got to liquidate the house, but, the husband, and the wife
They're
not
not
agreeing, and you need to bring somebody in to basically say, look, let's work this out. Let's get this sold. And by the way, you're underwater still, and there are still a lot of people out there. You need to negotiate that down, and let us help you with that. And by the way, Realtor, you get to retain those.
Yep, you keep that whole relationship, keep the buyers that are going to come from the time that you're marketing that. And we're seeing more of a distressed market come back to the short sales, which means they list for less than the market, which draws buyers in, especially in a market right now where we've got so many buyers coming in. The lower demand is going down. I mean, not demand, but the listing inventory is going down. There's more buyers coming up, so there's more opportunities for you to pick up more buyers while that short sale's sitting there. And if you refer that out, you're going to lose those.
Yeah.
So you might as well keep your relationship. Let us come in and handle the headaches. Well, we've got 4 in the last 2 months where the husband needs to sell from a divorce. The wife wasn't totally into it. We've called. I've spoken with the wife, had 2 or 3 conversations, and all 4 of them were moving forward. And it's just because a matter of I can come in as an impartial third party, explain why the benefits are good, what's bad for them, and put it together and make it make sense for everybody.
Excellent. Phone number again.
480-428-3290 and wellsrealtylaw.com.
Jason, thank you so much. We've got to do a break here. 123bz.com. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back.